It's Gargoyle Man again, and it's time for another session of Gargoyle Man's Ramblings. Now, as you can see, I work for the Umbrella Corporation. Okay, seriously, I am a fan of the Resident Evil video game series. And no, I don't like the movie series at all. But that's not what we're here to ramble about. What was that? A zombie! And no, it's not about that either. The main topic we're going to ramble about today is about Leon Kennedy. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he's a cool character. The issue I have is that he is starting to become overused among the main characters of the video game series. In fact, he has exceeded Chris Redfield in the number of appearances within the video game series. And to prove my complaint, let's go over the games that both Chris and Leon have starred in.
Let's start with Chris Redfield, shall we? First, there's the first Resident Evil game, so that's 1. Second, there's Resident Evil Code Veronica, and that's 2. Next, there's Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles, in which Chris and Jill finish off Umbrella Corporation for good, which is 3. And finally, we have Resident Evil 5, which is Chris's most recent appearance, and that makes a total of 4 games with Chris Redfield. Now let's look at Leon Kennedy. As we all know, he first appeared in Resident Evil 2, so that's 1. Next, there's Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color. Now the story is never mentioned in any of the other games in the series, yet it's not undeniably confirmed whether it's official or not. And I know about the cliffhanger involving Leon in the end, in which he bleeds some green fluid from a small wound in his neck. But if Gaiden's story did happen, he could have been cured with an antivirus serum. Or maybe. That explains why Leon is able to move at the speed of a Zion Rebel from the Matrix series in his later appearances. Well, anyway, that's 2. Third, there's Resident Evil 4. Great gameplay, weak storyline. Nuff said. And that makes 3. Then we got Resident Evil Degeneration. Even though it's a CG movie, it still counts because I know for sure that Degeneration's storyline is part of the official Resident Evil game series. So that's 4. And finally there's Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles, which has Leon with Jack Krauser on a mission in South America. So in total, Leon Kennedy has been used 5 times in the game series.
I mean, seriously, do we really have to see Leon that many times? It's not like he's the most important character in the game series. Like I said before, he rocks, but I'm starting to get sick of him. And probably Capcom's doing this on purpose because since Leon's so popular, they have one predictable mission.
We've got to have...
I know. Money. I've heard that a million times already. But also, if a main character within a series is used extensively among the other main characters, it will get old. So, let's go over the other Resident Evil characters that need to reappear once again.
First, there's Barry Burton from the first Resident Evil game. Now, according to his epilogue in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, he was leaving his family for a while to help his friends against Umbrella. And I was really disappointed when he wasn't in Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles on the story of Umbrella's fall. Now, he was in Resident Evil Gaiden, but like I said before, it's not undeniably confirmed whether the story's official or not, so the joke's on me. Now, the next 2 characters have a more serious situation, and they are on the same boat as each other. They are Carlos Oliveira and Rebecca Chambers. They were both never mentioned in the Resident Evil storyline after their appearances, and they never had an epilogue in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. So what happened to them? I would like to see them at least one more time. Carlos should have been used in Resident Evil 4's storyline, and Rebecca needs to have her own game taking place between Resident Evil 4 and 5 involving the Ganadas. Also, add Rolento in as well. I would love to see him cross over in the Resident Evil video game series.
So with that being said, please Capcom, don't make Leon Kennedy the main character in Resident Evil 6. If you do, I will infect you with the GM virus. And you know what that stands for? Gargoyle Man's virus. Just don't ask how it's made. So until next time, this is the Gargoyle Man, and it's time to solidify. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one last thing that I need to do.